In the wake of the Franco-Prussian War, Germany annexed Alsace-Lorraine. It did include all of Alsace, but Lorraine is actually all of this, including this coal-rich area and this very iron-rich area. If the plan was to strengthen Germany and weaken France enough to never again be a threat, why didn't Germany take these historically German areas? Some context. Lorraine was a part of the Holy Roman Empire for centuries, but France always coveted it, occupying it non-permanently on several occasions. After the War of the Polish Succession, from 1733 to 1735, the former King of Poland and Grand Duke of Lithuania became the Duke of Lorraine. After France and Austria fought over who should rule Poland, Lithuania, and also which one of them could rule which parts of Italy. I really hate history sometimes. This duke was called Stanisław, Polish last name I can't pronounce, and he was the father-in-law of the French King Louis XV. The agreement was that France would receive Lorraine after Stanisław's death, which happened in 1766. So Lorraine was French for 105 years at the point of annexation. Doesn't sound like a long time, but here's a map from 105 years ago and one from now. Things can change a lot in a mere century, which is one of several reasons why only part of Lorraine was annexed. Although it had been historically what we would call German, although back when in the Middle Ages and early modern period, German was a mere geographic label, like we would say European, it had also been French. Many parts of Lorraine were now bilingual or even exclusively spoke French, rather than Lorraine Franconian and Rhine Franconian, the local dialect, and also Luxembourgish, which was spoken by at least 2 people. Even the primarily German-speaking areas identified as French, but the German Empire still took all of Alsace and a good chunk of Lorraine. Why those regions specifically? There are several reasons. Firstly, those were the primarily German-speaking areas. Bismarck didn't want too many non-Germans in the German Empire, especially Catholic ones. Additionally, taking any more, especially non-German speaking lands, would have been seen as warmongering by the other great powers. Russia stayed out and even warned Austria that Russia would take Galicia if Austria intervened on France's side. Oops, wrong Galicia. I mean this Galicia. Bismarck had helped with crushing the January uprising in Russian Poland, and offered to help Russia with revising the 1856 Treaty of Paris that ended the Crimean War in a Russian defeat, which is why Russia stayed neutral. However, despite this, the threat of an Austrian invasion loomed on the The threat of an Austrian invasion loomed on the horizon. What could an Austrian army even do? Okay, still would have diverted troops and isolated Germany diplomatically. Heck, even Russia and Britain would have been hostile if Germany had taken too much. The existence of Germany alone messed with the balance of power. Now imagine France had lost these strategically and economically important areas. The entire continent would have feared Germany. The last reason was that France had heard no bell. After the capture of Emperor Napoleon III, the Third French Republic was declared on the 4th of September 1870. Bit of a tongue twister. It rejected any territorial loss or even war reparations, despite Germany already having basically won and Paris being in a state of revolution. That's why Bismarck wanted peace ASAP. Occupation is expensive. Other great powers intervening would have been bad. Alsace-Lorraine was simultaneously the least he could take to appease pretty much everyone else in Germany, from politicians to the common folks, all of whom were out for revenge on France for starting the war, while also being the most he could take without being seen as a pariah on the international stage. Especially the South German states wanted a buffer zone between themselves and France, while this buffer would also guarantee that the Rhineland wouldn't be threatened by French ambitions on it. Summarized, Germany didn't take all of Lorraine because it was too French and Catholic, didn't want to be a part of Germany, and would have united the entire European continent into hating Germany by upsetting the balance of power. Bismarck famously declared that Germany was saturated territorially. The other great powers accepted that and Germany's existence, except for France, the arch-rival of a new Germany. Well, the other great powers accepted Germany until Wilhelm II ostracized the Reich internationally. More on that in a later video. Alright, that was it. If you like this video, I have a serious plan on the entire history of Germany in the 19th century, from Napoleonic occupation to the social question and the German colonial empire. Subscribe to not miss that. When the series begins, a playlist will be linked here. Or maybe you want to check out some of my other videos on the left.